Sweet Baby Inc. has struck again. Another game that they've been heavily involved with is now doomed at this point. In fact, the developer for Tales of Kenzera Zhao is facing mass layoffs. So this is reported by Minimal Effort website. Shout outs to Minimal Effort podcast. They reported this. Now, this is fresh off of not even like a month ago of the developer basically going on this whole wild rant against targeted harassment and that people were targeting and bullying their company and that the game was selling well and that they're not going to back down to people that are essentially anti-woke. When will developers learn that working with Sweet Baby Inc. in any form or fashion brings nothing but heartache, nothing but backlash, because people were tired of DEI being injected in their games, and this is proof in the pudding right here. So Surgent Studios, the developer behind the massively underwhelming side-scrolling game Tales of Kenzera Zhao, has begun laying off several members of the development team. And we can see there's tweets being posted off of this everywhere. There's actual people working for the company saying publicly that they need to look for a new job. Now, here is the Steam charts right now for this game. The 24-hour peak was 28. There was 14 at the time of the screenshot playing it currently, and the all-time peak was 287. Let the number speak for itself. Let the numbers speak for itself here. This game is officially dead, and it's because people are tired of all this woke propaganda being pushed on top of us. When you attack your consumers, when you try to make their intelligence insulted, when you come after them and you try to force feed that things need to be politically correct and stuff, you're doomed to fucking fail. Sweet Baby Inc. is a black mark on the name of any video game. Just wait till we get the bigger releases like Wolverine that is rumored to be involved with Sweet Baby Inc. We'll see how that turns out. The only saving grace is that has Marvel's name attached to it, but we'll see how it turns out, especially when we've seen what Jean Grey is going to look like. So here are some of the tweets earlier from this last month. This is back on June 2nd. This is the head honcho answering a question because they dropped the game. They dropped the price of the game. They did a price drop. And he says, why drop the price of your game? And they said, it's our way of making a statement in the face of targeted harassment. So they were clearly labeling criticism, people giving them backlash about Sweet Baby Inc. as targeted harassment. That's what these guys do. They play victim. They play that they're the oppressed ones, that all these racist bigots are attacking them. It's the same song and dance, just a different performer, right? So they go on to say, when we hear the word diversity, we always think about race or gender as the only factors. This is a very narrow and honestly uneducated interpretation of what diversity can mean. First of all, the people that push this DEI effort are always the ones that make it about race or gender, guys. You hear about the LGBTQ narrative. You hear about them pushing, persons of colors in games and race-swapping characters and roles. I mean, even with your TV and your movies, look at like Velma. Shaggy was a black man. They purposely race swap. They purposely try to make people gay or bisexual. It's so ironic to see somebody crying about target harassment and people not understand what diversity is, saying that most people always think about race or gender as the only factors when that's what we see pushed against us the most. Now, they go on to continue to say diversity is also incredibly closely linked to our socioeconomic positions and the issues we face globally. So we're getting a whole bunch of word salad, mumbo jumbo buzzwords here. Diversity can also encompass people who struggle with the pressures of ensuring that there's enough food on the table, a roof over families' heads, and all the other elements that are vital to day-to-day comfort and survival, many of which people take for granted because they haven't had similar challenges. And I just found out that all that, whether you have a roof over your head, whether you have food, all that, guess what that's called now? According to Elaine and Pierce, we could label that as a situational disability. So these people are disabled, situationally disabled, according to Elaine and Pierce and Microsoft's handbook of inclusivity or whatever it is. These people have to be oppressed, and it's always got to be, oh, well, they have better opportunities than me because they're better well off, and because that person's white, they have privilege. That's what it comes down to, honestly. It's almost a form of jealousy, in my opinion, and I think it's making excuses. I've seen plenty of people that are black, Hispanic, Asian, you name it, come out top successfully, and they never used their race or their gender or their socioeconomic status as an issue for their lack of success. But that's what these wokies always want. Now, that's what I'm getting here. Maybe I'm interpreting this wrong. To me, this just sounds like a whole bunch of hubbub about diversity and trying to say that, these people are looking, out for people that are poorer class. Ain't nobody going to tell me that I have a socioeconomic struggle except myself, and I'm going to climb my way out of it. So this person is saying the reason why they dropped the price was for those people, for the poor people to be able to play it. They said, as a business owner at this stage, the pricing of ZOO is the only aspect I can use to take action. Even this is a difficult thing to orchestrate, especially while being respectful to our partners. Lowering the price of a game is much easier said than done. It's a miracle we were able to action this so soon, and it's largely thanks to the efforts and support of many people on our side and the publishing side. When in reality, I think they just lowered the price to try to get the numbers up. That's just my opinion and my guess right here. The game, it wasn't doing too well, guys. You're laying people off now. So, in response to the thing that the game isn't selling well, Abubakar, I can't even pronounce it, also said, also false. I've addressed this on an AMA Reddit. The numbers some are circulating are a fraction of our actual playership, and they're being shared in bad faith by people who are wanting to provide proof that their harassment campaign has been successful in punishing us for daring to take up space. So this is back in June, denying that the numbers are doing bad. Never mind that we got this, right? 28 players within the 24-hour peak. I'm not trying to kick a person while they're down, but this is clear denial that Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement was causing backlash, and people essentially were already tuning out, dead on arrival with this game. Now, here's the Surgent Studios tweet as of yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It says, unfortunately, Surgent has joined the growing number of game studios impacted by layoffs this year, with just over a dozen people affected. It's a difficult time in the games industry, but we remain incredibly proud of our entire team's work on ZOO and on the praise it has received from critics and players alike. Our focus now is on supporting those affected, continuing our work on ZOO, and looking to the future with our next creative projects. Again, like I said, I'm not laughing about people losing their jobs, but isn't it funny that almost every single development studio that Sweet Baby Inc. touches somehow fails, has to fire people, has to basically close down? I mean, even bigger companies like Rocksteady, they're laying people off after failures of Suicide Squad, which is like a huge woke video game fail. Do people not see that if you try to make crap like Mrs. Freeze and you're not true to the source material and you're shoehorning stuff just to fill in checkboxes, that it's going to backfire on you? It immensely is. This is a result of it, guys. Twisted as economic inflation and problems with recession and all this crap. No, this is hands down because of Sweet Baby Inc. Continuing on, you could see this is another, another tweet, and this also goes in way of some of these quotes. This individual is basically this is the founder of the whole entire studio, damage controlling a month ago. So a month ago, he was running interference with all of these tweets and these statements like we just read, where he's saying it's not a marketing gimmick, it's not any kind of problem with the game not selling well. He basically just said it was to stick it to targeted harassment, and it's all egg on the face at this point. Now, here's all the people that are tweeting about having to look up jobs. Let me zoom in for you guys right here. This is Jordan Smee, technical artist at Surgent Studios. He put, well, it looks like I'm joining all the people affected by industry layoffs this year, and I'm now seeking technical art and environment art positions. If anyone in my network is aware of any openings or can offer any guidance or help in getting me to my next steps, I would sincerely appreciate it. Looking to start ASAP or as close to that as possible. And again, I'm not laughing at people losing their jobs. It's just a month ago, the head honcho, the founder of this company, was touting successes and how they're sticking it to target harassment. And when you open your mouth, when you attack criticism as harassment, this is the consequences of it. Hands the fuck down. You can see, hello, the chapter entitled Pete Works at Surgent Studios is coming to a close at the end of the month. If you're looking for a remote game-level content designer with technical Unreal and Unity experience, who's quick to learn and whose favorite ice cream flavor is pineapple, then drop me a message. Thanks. Again, seems like nice folk right here, but the studio, definitely. Like right now, this screenshot shows there's 11 people playing in game. Even if there was no DEI, if 11 people are playing in a game, that's bad. That's bad. You're not able to pay people. But we all know, because of Sweet Baby Inc., this is why it's failing so bad. And again, I don't want to laugh. I don't want to tout. But Sweet Baby Inc. is a disease in the gaming industry. And we got all sorts of people running cover for it, writing hit pieces on video game developers and video game YouTubers and journalists that are against the woke wagon, right? If you're not politically correct, if you don't echo the same sentiments as the echo chamber, you're a problem. You're a racist. You're a bigot. You need to be silenced. We need to shut down your website. We need to contact your place of employment. The whole spiel. There's literally video game journalists that are trying to run cover for companies that cause studios to die. They're not video game journalists. They're activists. Now, we had other people talking about this. Shout outs to Dread Roberts. He made a video about it, saying they blamed it all on racism. So, you see, Surgent Studio CEO is having a meltdown and blaming racist gamers for the failed launch of his Sweet Baby Inc. game, Tales of Kenzera Zao. In addition, the former best friend of Kim Belair, Surgent CEO, is laying off a bunch of its employees while making excuses for the game's lack of appeal towards their own niche demographic. But where's the audience that is supposedly keeping this game afloat? And why lay off a bunch of devs if you're knee-deep in sales? Exactly. And it's this modern audience, right, that all these people cater to. Where's the modern audience? I feel like John Travolta again in Pulp Fiction. Where's it at? Modern audience? Nope. I don't see it. So they're touting, oh, it's a success, and it's because of targeted harassment. But you got 11 players playing at the moment of that last screenshot. Where's the people at that are defending this game? It's almost like these people have zero self-awareness, even when they're video game studios. So you see, just 3 months after launching Tales of Kenzera Zao, developer Surgent Studios lays off over a dozen employees. Three months. Less than 3 months. 3 months, guys. That's how hard of a crash and burn Sweet Baby Inc. caused this studio. And again, there's articles written by That Park Place, of course, that breaks all this down. I also looked at minimal effort gaming, who basically wrote a banger article about this whole situation. Even showed a video by Abubakar Salim, who is the founder of the studios, who basically made a video denouncing racist trolls and bigots. You can see it all here on X. He basically went off.
So I didn't want to address this, but we're here now. Look, since the beginning of my career, there's always been someone who's made me feel like I didn't deserve the opportunity I got. From Assassin's Creed to Raised by Wolves, I've had to ignore people saying that it wasn't the work that got me the opportunities. No, it was simply because I'm black.
You see, these wokies are the ones that always make the situation and the conversation racist. Right away, he's attacking racist bigots and stuff, and they wonder why video game studios like this fail. You guys could go and watch all of his meltdown videos. He has several of them that are posted and stuff like here. Again, both minimal effort and Sweet Baby Inc. Causing issues for developers, minimal effort, just writes it hands down in the article right there perfectly. And then you can see Park Place even covers it up more in depth. So what do you guys think? Another casualty of Sweet Baby Inc. Crashing and burning a video game studio. Let me know your thoughts down below.